Hey, I'm Benjamin Verbacek, lead pastor at Community Evangelical Free Church. I want to update you about the hiring process at our church, but before I do that, just a thank you. If you're watching this on Monday afternoon, I'm on a road trip with most of our staff and one of our volunteer pastors to Indianapolis. We're gathering there with 10,000 other Christians and ministry leaders and speakers and authors and all of that, and I'm doing nothing there but being spoken at and served and received teaching and breakout sessions and all of that. We spend, along with the rest of the staff, pouring ourselves out so much time. And we are so thankful for an opportunity for just a couple days to go be taught and instructed and figure out how we can come back and be better pastors and ministry leaders here at the church. So the reason why I'm talking to the camera right now is to update you about hiring. And so we've been saying, and it is true, that Noah Gwynn, who's been in our church a number of years, is going to be taking David McHale's role of worship leader and in connections, so small groups, all sorts of things like that, getting people involved. That's true. What we said was he was going to be adding that to his own. What we would love to see happen over the next few months, actually, is that he would take that role, leaving the vacancy. And we didn't want to say that because we were worried it might cause instability of like, well, who's going to have it and whatnot. So that's what we want to tell you now. We would love to continue to consider Jeff Clark for that role. He has been a member here at the church, I think 9 years. Almost all of that time, like minus the first few months when he's just getting to know us and us him, he and his wife have been serving in student ministries, volunteering in youth group, going on mission trips, all those sorts of things. I have 6 kids. 4 have been in youth group with Jeff and Caitlin, and they love the Clarks. They're great ministry leaders. He's the kind of guy, like for a year, we were thinking and praying about something, and so we just met almost weekly for short prayer together. Like he's the guy who would do that. He's gone through our pastor elder training program. It's like a year-long kind of Saturday workbook sort of thing. All of that I already knew. But what I learned in the hiring process is the extent to which his passion for youth ministry went backward and, so to speak, forward. As early as his college days, he had chosen a youth ministry degree at first and then pivoted to something in business. But his hope was always to come back to that, and he just didn't know how or when exactly that would work. Never really imagined it potentially could be in his own church. And so that has come up in the hiring process and just made me and I think the rest of our other pastor elders more excited about considering him for that role. So what we want to invite you to is a town hall, especially if you're have kids in youth ministry, or if you're watching this and you're in student ministries yourself. Come to the town hall Tuesday night, April 29th. It's going to be from 7 to 8. Ask questions, get to know Jeff, and hear a bit more about why we like him so much and think he'd be a good fit for the role. After that, we'll do a few more interviewing steps, and we hope to be making decisions in mid-May. Couple things I want to tell you, and then we'll finish. Just one about the church and one about the hiring process. About the church, I think it's helpful because churches move so slow, generally, in a whole bunch of ways, to be thinking about hiring not just what we need for today, but where we hope and imagine and pray we might be in 2 years. And so as I look at things that are happening just this spring, we've had 7 baptisms recently. So lives are being changed by the power of the gospel, and people are walking with him in newness of life. We had 22 members who are going, their names have been in the bulletin. They joined this Sunday, April 27th. We have 7 families that want child dedication on June 1st in first service. And so that can't happen. We got to spread those out. But just that's one indication of the health of the church. The budget and the weekly giving are matching, which is a wonderful thing this early in the year. Student Ministries itself has regularly 30 plus kids, sometimes upwards of 40 in it. So there's just a lot of signs that this is a good move for our church, not only for today, but into the future. One detail about the hiring process, I just want you to know that when you've seen us hire pastor elders or even affirm a volunteer pastor, that's a congregational membership vote. When we hire a director, which is what Jeff would be, we do that through the pastor elders. That's what the bylaws say. But we want you to be involved. That's why we'd love to see you at the town hall, and hope to see you next weekend at church after we come back from our big conference. And just thanks for watching.